All right, today we're going to do some of the same stuff we did yesterday. And it will involve natural logs. And all natural logs have a base of e. Now remember our e that we used the other day, or about a week or two ago, like when we had e to the third power. We could use our calculator on this calculator that you should have got. It's under the ln, or above the ln, so second ln of 3 gives me that answer. So e to the third is the same thing as 20.09. But all natural logs have a base of e. A common log has a base of 10. One of your homework problems, 3D, I believe, there was no base written. It was written like this: log of 1,000 equals x. There's no base there. It's understood to be a base of 10. So a natural log, ln, has a base of e. But what I want to do first is I want to rewrite in ln form, also known as natural log. So let's say we have e to the x power equals 7. This is exponential form. I want to write it in natural log form. Well, it has a natural, because it has a base of e, or because we have an e here, a base of e, we use natural log. And if you remember, the exponent always goes on the other side of the equal sign. So this would be written as natural log of 7 equals x. And we can get a little more complicated than that. E to the 3x minus 4 equals 2. And because it's base e, that I'm going to use a natural log. Any other base I would use log instead of ln. And it's understood that ln has a base of e. Remember, the exponent always goes on the other side of the equal sign, so this would be natural log of 2 equals 3x minus 4. And in a second, we're going to solve some of those problems. In the other type, we want to rewrite from natural log to exponential. So I'm going to write in exponential form. So problem number 3 would be like this: natural log of x equals 8. Well, notice there's no base there because it's understood to be a base of e. And if you remember when we did the logs, that worksheet, the first worksheet, we went around the world. So we take our base, we go around the world. So this would be e, the base of the natural log, to the power of 8 equals x. And again, we can solve that in a minute. We're not going to solve that now. We're just rewriting in exponential form. All right, so a little more complicated problem. Natural log of 2x plus 3 equals negative 2. Base is e, so we go around the world. E to the negative 2 equals 2x plus 3. Well, the reason we write them like this is so we then can solve them. So we're going to solve these, and we're going to round to 3 places. Also known as the thousandth place. And we need to check for extraneous solutions because very, very, very important. Log, natural log, it doesn't matter. This term right here cannot be negative or 0, right? Cannot be negative or 0. It's not possible. So if you saw a log of negative 5, no solution, not possible. It's undefined. All right, so as an example, suppose we had natural log of x equals 1. Well, I can't type that in my calculator the way it is because I can't do natural log, which is just right there, natural log of x. If that was a number, I could do it, but it's not. So anytime it's in one form and you can't solve it, write it in the other form. So e, around the world, e to the first equals x. So x equals, now it says round to 3 places. I'm going to get my calculator, second ln, because the e is above the ln, it's the base. So e to the first is 2.718. Now that's just an approximate answer. The exact answer, x is equal to e. All right, so natural log of, let's say, x minus 3 equals 4. Right, I can't type this in my calculator the way it is, so I'm going to write it in exponential form. The base of the natural log is e, so it'd be e to the fourth equals x minus 3. If I'm solving for x, I'm going to add 3 to both sides. This is an exact answer, but the direction said round to 3 places, so I'm going to type this in. Second ln, let me do that again. Second ln, my exponent in this case is a 4. I notice on this calculator I'm up in the exponent. I don't want to be there anymore, so I push the right arrow button to get out of there. Plus 3, and then I write that number down. 57.598. Let me show you something really nice this calculator does, and most of your calculators do. I can check my answer by pushing natural log. Now I want to put in that number, but I want to put the exact number in, so I'm going to put in second answer, puts the whole thing in, minus 3, close the parentheses, and if my answer is right, this should equal 4. Who's the man? All right, let's make these a little harder. These are too easy. Natural log of 2x minus 5 equals 1. Well, first question, is this negative 5 part of the natural log? No, because it doesn't have parentheses like this. So I can get rid of the 5 by adding the 5. 1 plus 5 is 6. You can use your calculator if you need. And I can't type this in the calculator the way it is, so I'm going to write it in natural log form, I'm going to write it in exponential form. So e to the 6 equals 2x. Now to solve for x, I'm going to divide by 2. This is an exact answer, but the direction said round to 2 places, so I will. Second ln, because the e is right above there, 6. Get out of that exponent. Now divide by 2. 201.714. All right, last one. No, yeah, we'll do one more of these, and then I got some other problems I want to show you. All right, so here we have 3 minus natural log of x equals 5. And what I want to do is I want to get that by itself. So the 3 has to go. Now the 3 is a positive, so to get rid of it, I'm going to subtract 3. But I don't want that negative there. That's like a negative 1. So I'm going to divide by negative 1. And I can't go any further, so I'm going to write it in exponential, e to the negative 2 equals x. Now I can just type that in my calculator and get an answer. And I get 0.135. All right, now I wasn't checking my answers, and I should have. Now, if I take the natural log of a positive number, that's okay. If I plug that in there, 57 minus 3, still a positive number. I plug that in there, that's over 400 minus 5, still a positive number. Plug that in there, still a positive number. So those answers work. All right, last two. Now, suppose the problem was already written in natural log form. And I want to solve for, in exponential form with a base of e. and I want to solve for x, I can't type this in my calculator, so I need to change it to a natural log, which has a base of e of 3. That, remember, the exponent always goes over by itself. Now I can type that in my calculator, but I want to subtract 1. You need to be really careful with this. I'm not subtracting 3 from 1. I'm subtracting 3 from I'm subtracting 1 from natural log of 3. So natural log, I don't need to push second. 3, close the parentheses, minus 1 equals 0.099. Make sure you round correctly. 0.099. All right, last problem. Let's make this difficult. All right, so I want to get this term right here by itself first. That's plus 1. So I'm going to subtract the 3. And because this 2 isn't raised to that power, I'm going to divide by 2. That's as far as I can go, so I'm going to write it in natural log form. Remember, the exponent always goes on the other side. If you want, you can just change that to 1.5. If it's decimal stops, that's fine. All right, then I'm going to have to subtract the 1. Not from the 1.5, but from the natural log. Then I'm going to have to divide by 3. So x is going to equal natural log 1.5 minus 1, all of that divided by 3. Now, how do you do that in this calculator? You can use the fraction button, but you don't need to. Natural log 1.5, close the parentheses, minus 1. Push equal at this point because I want to divide this whole answer by 3. So I'm going to divide by 3. And it equals negative 0.198. Now, because this isn't a log, I can have a negative answer. So this answer is fine. And hopefully that helped. And you now will be able to do your worksheet.